It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your Real Talk host. Thank you for being with me today, Tuesday, November the 9th, 2021, right here on our favorite radio station, Hallelujah, 95.3 FM. Also, we're on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live, Instagram, and YouTube at Real Talk with Judy Live. So go ahead, take a few minutes and invite your family, invite your friends, get everybody on as we go into this powerful show today. I am super excited about today's show. So if you would, go ahead and text them, email them, or call them and let them know that the Dream Building Show, talking about real issue with real people, real conversation and useful information, the show which is empowering, inspiring, igniting you to see the dream, your dream from the end to the beginning, helping you find your why and building your faith. Keeping it real with Dr. Judy is on the air. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It is always an honor to have such wonderful guests as yourself to tune in every Tuesday at 11:30 with me. And I want to thank you all so much for being on. Carolyn and Mary and all of those of you who tuning on already, thank you so very much. Go ahead and share, invite, because I promise you this show is a show that they do not want to miss, especially if they want to see their dream or know how to make dreams come to fruition. Hello, Mama. To our mama, Mother Irma, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. She is the reason I am who I am. And to my awesome and amazing husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, Senior Pastor of Life Changes. He is the reason I get to do what I do. And to my amazing team, being led by our marketing director, Ms. Priscilla John Louis, who helps me deliver an award-winning show every Tuesday. I want to thank you all so very much. And of course, to you, the greatest audience ever. Thank you for tuning in every Tuesday. I love it when you all tell me from far and near that you have set your alarm to go off at 11:30 so you can make sure, or 11:15 so you can make sure that no matter where you are tuned in. And to those who have downloaded the app and stated that you have now made 95.3 your favorite show radio station, so you can always tune in. I want to thank you on behalf of our program director, Darius Baker. We call him D. But thank you from all over the world for making this happen. And to everybody again, I see my sister Cindy, Scotland, Doris Young, Mary Lambert, all of those of you who are coming on, thank you. I personally invite those who want to invest in this show. I want to thank you. Go ahead, those who are investing, thank you for your financial support. Those who want to invest, go ahead. I appreciate when I get calls or texts or inboxes of people asking me, how can they support this show? And go to my website, www.realtalkwithjudy, and you can find out how to do that. Before we get started, I want to say happy birthday to one of the longest investing partners, and happy birthday to Antonio Hall. He is the owner and president of A1 Top Security. Say happy birthday to him. Birthday was Sunday. And to my husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, his birthday is Thursday. He's going to be the 64. Man, we are excited what God is doing. And also to Miss Carlisa Patterson, my friend from Jacksonville, who never missed the show. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Well, today I am excited beyond measures. I am super excited. Number one, God has blessed me to be on the radio for 6 years. 6 years I have been on the radio, and I am super excited. Been on Facebook now, I think, for 3 years, and I am excited about that. But today I am honored to have two very special guests with me. And my first guest for 62 years really have been my mentor, my inspiration, my supporter, my encourager, my cheerleader, a man that I looked up to. I wanted my husband to be as cool and savvy as my guest. I admired him since I was a little girl, and that is my brother, Sylvester Wesley, Chico the Virgo.
Good morning.
I am so glad to have you.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, for some reason now we're getting a little in and out, Chico, but he's in Fort Lauderdale, and I am so excited to have him on here today. Is that better, Chico?
Wonderful.
I am so I don't know if that's on my end or your end, but I want to thank you so Mary Mac. He'll be right back, y'all. We got some technical difficulties going on up in here, and he'll be right back. But that is my brother Chico the Virgo. He's been on the radio for 50 years.
Bear with me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yes. I tried to change my location so that I can get a better reception. You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Carry on.
Well, you know, these things are not in our control when we start dealing with this technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I found a quiet area.
Okay, but I am so glad to have you on. I just mentioned that you've been on the radio for 50 years. And today I am super glad to have you on with me, your baby sister, one of your young sister.
Thank you so much, patience and wow, I'm still having difficulties on my.
Yeah, that spot right there is not real good, but y'all, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. That's one of the things he taught me as well. Sometimes when things don't go as planned or things don't go, he may have to call in. Chico, you may have to call in. And then those of you on Facebook, and y'all just keep listening. So call in. Put the number in the chat for him to call in, Priscilla, and he can call in, and we can go that way, and you'll come loud, and they can hear you on Facebook, and we'll make it work. So y'all, he's gonna call in, but y'all still stay there. We'll keep his picture up, and he'll call in, and y'all. So call in, Chico, 850-671-1450, 850-1450, and you'll call in, and we'll go from there. We'll make it work. One thing I like about life, you don't stress about it. You just make it work. That's all, right? And so that's a lesson that we learned today. To all of those of you who are tuning in, I want to thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Again, 850-671-1450, Chico, and you'll come on in. And but we're thankful. One of the things he's done, y'all, he's been on the radio for 50 years. He was here on the radio as well, here in Tallahassee at WANM. I don't know if lot of y'all may not be old enough to remember WANF, but he was on with Joe Bullock. Uncle Joe is what we start calling him. Joe became a very since 1975. Uncle Joe has been a part of our family, and that's what we call him, Uncle Joe. So we're gonna get, and then Chico went to school here. He was Chico, leg little bow, teeny winner afro, Chico the Virgo. And when I tell people Chico is my brother, they're like, Chico is your brother? I'm like, yes, I told him everything I know. He was just honored in Fort Lauderdale for being on the radio for 50 years. And he's doing some magnificent things in Fort Lauderdale. I see all my family is on. A lot of my family is on. A lot of my friends is on here. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. And he would be calling if he's not trying to find a place to come on. Because one of the things that our parents taught us is that we are never defeated. That's one of the things our parents taught us, that you never say you're defeated. You may even fail. That means that what you attempted to do, it didn't work out. That's what that means. What you attempted to do did not work out. But then they say, get up and find another way to do it. Get up and find another way to do it. So no matter what you're going through, no matter how it happened, always get up and find another way to make it happen. Always get up and find another way to make it happen. Okay, always get up. And so he's married. He has three children, grandchildren, and we are excited. He is my only brother. He is the only brother that we have out of 5 girls. He's the only brother, and he's our oldest brother. And he has taught us a lot of things. He has taught us a lot of things. He is. Okay. All right. He's in there. Chico, just call. Just call in. Don't worry about the connection because I don't know how that is, but just call on in, and we'll do it by radio. That's how we done it for many years before we got Facebook. And I'm sure that a lot of his years, he's been on for 50 years. I'm sure a lot of his years have been on without Facebook, without YouTube, without Twitter. And but we're gonna get it. You will hear his voice in just a few moments. But anyway, I got my sister Tanya on there, my mother's on there, Carolyn's on here, Cindy's on. No. Yeah, so he's calling me. Isn't that amazing? So you know what I was thinking about, y'all? So when I was getting dressed and I was preparing this, right? I thought about I said, I wonder what bloopers I can do for my show today. I wonder what bloopers I can talk about today. And is this a blooper or what? Yeah, so we got a real live blooper, right? So I was thinking about what bloopers could we do? What bloopers could we put forth? Then I thought about, now we have a real live blooper. So I'm gonna ask you, how do you handle, go ahead and put it in the chat. How do you handle bloopers when they come in? How do you handle bloopers? Well, hey, Chico. I tell you, we're gonna make this work. Y'all can't hear. Okay, just hold on. You're here just a few moments. But Chico, thank you for calling in. You can't hear? Okay. I hear you well, and we're gonna get where Facebook, y'all gonna be able to hear in just a moment. We getting everything going, so you'll be able to hear as well. But Chico, thank you so very much for calling in. I was telling them, Chico, this morning, I was thinking, what kind of bloopers have I had on the show where I could talk about it And I said I couldn't really think of no bloopers. And then here it is. I got a real live blooper. I got the grand blooper, but it's okay, right? It's okay, because I said you've been on the radio 50 years, so I know that there's been things that you've had. You turn it up in here. But there have been things that you've done, and we know how to handle bloopers. Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, Chico, one of the things I wanted to ask you in your 50 years as a successful radio personality, what does it feel like?
Well, it's very rewarding. Being on radio, and I'm always willing to help, contribute, and do whatever I can to create a positive vibe that will benefit that I'm always. That's the biggest thing. Just to reward, be able to enjoy the gift that God gave.
Yeah, and serving is something that I know you love to do. Actually, we were just brought up with serving, and the Lord has blessed us real good. And I remember as a boy, but I can't quite remember when your being into radio was really in your thought, or you're doing that. How did that happen?
Well, I started out in elementary school, so before you were even born. I fell in love with radio. The broadcasters that were on there were very intriguing to me, and I could not understand how all of that music and those different people came out of that little box. And I vowed to find out one day. And as I got older, I just began to play music, and then they came up with these mixers. And I don't know if you remember Lev, who lived a couple of doors down from us growing up. But he had a studio in his house, and he would let me come down there when I was in middle school and then practice my DJing skills. But as that began to manifest, my dad told one of the senior radio personalities at WRBD Fort Lauderdale that his son wanted to go on radio. And so he said, well, hey, man, bring him out here and let him sit and watch me. Wow. And I watched him for about 3 years, and never going on until one day he said, I'm going to lay you on for a few minutes. And I've been on ever since.
And Chico, I like that, because one of the things that you stated was that he said, come and watch, and you watch him for 3 years. How important is it, Chico, is that when you want to do things, and you want things to happen in your life, that you have a mentor?
So it's very important to have a mentor, but it's also important for you to appreciate what you got.
Okay.
Pay attention to your mentor, and don't try to be that mentor. Try to take the skills that you learn and build within you. See, I mean, I probably could never be a screen radio personality as he was, but for the things he taught me has allowed me to survive for 50 years on radio.
Oh, yeah. And see, and y'all, one of the reasons why I want my brother on here is because even with all us as girls, one of the things he taught us, is what he just said just now. Glean from others and let that help you, but be who you are. Put you in what you're doing. And so that's one of the things that we notice about you, Chico. And, you know, I think as a kid, walking around on your heel, just watching you and admiring what you do. And so much so, I wanted my husband to be, whoever I married, I wanted him to be as cool as you were. You know,
cooler.
Because you have made an indelible impression upon on this. Listen, one of the things I was thinking about too, Chico, I know being in the radio, being a radio personality, being the type of man that you are, that you had to encounter a whole lot of competition. But I see you, I see you with men and women from all different radio stations. That's one of the things that you taught us. But I know the competition had to be hard, and probably still is. How do you handle the competition when you know who you are?
You know, I've never been asked that question, but I got an answer for that. You know, the way I was brought up on radio, I never considered competition. When I'm on, whoever's on against me lose. That's my thought going into it, because I'm not just on radio. I'm a radio personality, so I deliver smiles and happiness and laughter and entertainment. So along with being a broadcaster, I'm also an entertainer. So whoever's on against me, I don't even see them. Simple as that. That might sound conceited, but actually I'm convinced.
I like that, because and I'm going to take that from you. That's kind of how we roll anyway. But one of the things you just said, you're not just a radio, you're not a disc jockey, but you said you're a radio personality. You deliver smiles, you deliver happiness. And listening to you on the radio, Chico, we can hear that when you're talking too. It's like you go at the heart of people.
Yes, absolutely. Every time I crack that mic, I have something that's going to put a smile on somebody's face.
Wow. Yeah, and you have met some great people. I know a lot of people have not been in your house, but we have a wall of fame. We have a wall of, hundreds of people that you have met. You had on your show. You've done so much, so many famous artists, but one of the things I can honestly say, even as my brother, you keep the common touch. How important is it not to get what we call the big head when you are successful?
Well, I think we learned that, Judy, from our parents. Yeah. Our parents were very successful, and they never tried to make us feel that we were bigger, badder, better than anyone else. And I've maintained that throughout my life. As you said, I've met some of the biggest celebrities one could ever know. I've sat and eaten with Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, Aretha Franklin, B.B. King, James Brown, people like this. But these people were also humble. Yeah. And I was like, I would be in awe. Am I really sitting down having lunch with James Brown? And we're just talking just like he and I grew up together. And that was important, because I'll never forget that. Mm-hmm. And that's the type of a thing that I want people to remember me by. So, I met Chico, and he was such a nice guy, and he was so funny. And, because a lot of times when you're famous, people think that you're untouchable. Right. And I never want to present that about me.
Right. And I don't think you have. I know you have it in the family, because when I tell you and because of our parents, we got one crazy family. I think he was on here before with your sisters, but
Well, you know what? I tell people all the time, if you meet someone in my family, one of my sisters, even mama, you know we all came out of the same household, because that's all we did. It was God, it was education, and it was happiness.
Yes, sir.
We always had jokes for each other. It was just always never no violence or no one being mean to anyone. We always had fun in our house, and we do that to this day. When we get on the calls, the Zoom calls, it's like we're in the house again. You know what I mean? So that's a wonderful thing.
It really is. And one of the things I want to say thank you for, Chico, because sometimes families don't have, and I run into this, I'm talking from the spirit, family don't have people who have made it like you have, who come back and support your family, who bring your family up. But one of the things we can honestly say is that you bring us up. Like even before I came on the radio and I talked to you about the radio, and we still talk about it to this day, you give me pointers, you give me suggestions, you tell me how good. It's like you want me to be and it is no pretense. This is for real. Sometimes you don't know who to trust, because people change on you all the time.
That's right.
But one thing that I can honestly say, that you are in my corner and help me build all the time.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of you. And we've gotten into this conversation maybe earlier on when we had the technical difficulties. But I want to say it again. Congratulations to you, having been on radio for 6 years. It seems to have gone by so fast, but you've accomplished so much in that short period of time. You've helped so many people. And that's the thing that I want you to always remember to do. And your show will continue to grow, because that's what's needed most.
And one of the things I know, you help the senior, you do a big thing at the park for senior citizens, or at the home. You make sure that the senior citizens are taken care of. You're a mentor. I mean, they got you with some of the toughest boys and girls. You're the mentor of the city, and you just started the Sickle Cell Foundation. And Chico, it's like you just keep giving. And when I look at us, we have to give it back to our parents.
Oh, absolutely. Wow. That's the way we were raised. We got to do good in the neighborhood, and that's not a figure of speech. You have to apply things to make it good in the neighborhood. But something else I would like to tell you, if I got a minute.
Yeah, you do.
As you just said, I created my own Sylvester Wesley II Foundation, and I'm really involved in sickle cell research and just trying to help find a cure, raising funds and what have you. But this past weekend, I want to say on Friday, I was hired to be the person, the face, the voice of sickle cell anemia research here in the state of Florida. Wow. In other words, I've been named the brand ambassador. So you will be hearing more from me about sickle cell, because that's going to be my duty to start the conversation, to change lives and make people aware of what's happening with sickle cell. You don't hear very much about sickle cell.
Right.
So my job is going to be for the state of Florida. I'm going to have people having that conversation so that people won't mind making donations so you can see what's really going on with this dreaded disease.
Man, that is awesome. Congratulations, Chico. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Wow. And I'm glad you announced it right here on my show. That is.
So am I.
Yeah. I'm like, I get to get that first right here on the Real Talk with Judy show. Hallelujah 95.3 FM, where we do things first anyway. We give a lot of the first of everything. We are a first station, Chico. We are a first station.
I hear it.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you're here with us today. I want you to for a few moments, talk about humbly, because I know how far you have come. There had to be some disappointment. There had to be some discouragement. Give the audience some tips of how to handle those things without losing faith in your dream.
Well, excuse me. That's the thing, faith. And that's what it is. I believe that the God that I serve will not allow me to fail. Mm-hmm. Things may not go the way I plan for it to go, but it goes the way that the Lord plans for it to go. So even if it's a little hiccup, maybe that's not the way I should have been going anyway, so I'm changing direction. Mm-hmm. But I never fall back. I always lean forward, and I'm very particular about the things that I do. I don't do anything that I'm not very concerned about doing. And if I'm concerned, I give it 100%.
Oh, wow. Those things are real good. Never fall back. And when you come across a hiccup, and you know what, Chico? I like that because a hiccup made failure sound not so bad.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you just said that, dude. You said hiccup. I'm like, that make that okay. I had a little hiccup because the old folks used to just put a piece of brown paper bag on your forehead, and they say that stopped the hiccup. So you just do a little piece of something, and that can stop the hiccup.
You're right, though. You're absolutely right.
And you also just said you don't do anything you don't love, and I believe that that's how we live too. What we put in, what we do, we love what we do.
That's right.
And we give it 100%. We give it 100%. And one group of people we always gonna have, and that's each other. We support each other like crazy. And
I just pray that other family as large as ours will have the same camaraderie and laughter and love for each other. Okay. Our family is like, we're all like buddies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's good. It's a wonderful thing.
And you know what else I like about us, Chico? If we mess up or we think somebody out of order, we'll tell each other.
Oh, absolutely.
And we still get along.
Yep, that's right. Every last one of us.
Yeah, every last one of us. So Chico, would you kindly? I think I can have a caller. This is what I'm gonna do, y'all. This is what I'm gonna do. I want somebody to call me in 850-850-9999. No, yeah, 85. I'm about to give you my cell number. No, don't call that number. 850-671-1450. And this is what I'm going to do. The first person to call to get through on that call, 850-671-1450, I'm going to give you a $50 gift card. And that is from the Real Talk with Judy live radio show today. As I celebrate with my brother, I'm going to give you $50. Got to call me right quickly. And I want you to tell me my brother's name. I know I done said it about 100 times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I done said it about 100 times. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling in.
Well, thank you for having me.
And to who is this?
This is your favorite son.
I knew it was. Chico, that is Mario Smith. That's my favorite son here in Tallahassee. He is one awesome man, Chico. Say something good to him. He's an awesome man.
Well, hello, young man, and thank you so much for being in the midst of my great sister. And she can say those kind words about you. I can't wait to meet you.
Yes, sir. Well, she said a lot of kind words about you too, and I'm glad I was able to catch the show today. And it's awesome to see you all, your family. It does remind me of my family. I have a pretty large family also, but I think it's awesome how you all support and travel for each other.
Thank you so very much, and that we do, Moria. I have your address, and I'll see you in a little bit, so I can give you that $50, and I'm gonna say thank you so very much, Moria, for always being a support to us. Thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you. Well, that was quick. You had to be quick draw to do that. Chico, I'm feeling a little generous. What you think I should? What you think? I want them to answer a question. Give them a question, Chico, and then I'm going to have you to do some final words to them, but give them a question. All right, caller, you better get ready. 850-671-1450. I'm feeling generous today because I'm happy. Number one, I got my brother on here with me, and y'all just don't know how much I love this man. And then I have all my sisters watching on Facebook. All right, go ahead, Chico. Give them a question. 850-671-1450. Here we go.
Here's the question, because we always talk about our family all the time, no matter what shows we're doing. How many of us are there? Siblings.
How many siblings?
Yeah, how many of us? Hey. Starting from me all the way down to Tanya. No one.
Hit it. All right, caller. You're on the air. How many? And it can't be one of the siblings calling.
Oh, darn.
I just kind of, for some reason, I just knew one of the siblings. Cindy, you cannot.
I just wanted to clarify. I heard that because Chico, I heard that he used to. He said that he wished he had killed one of his sisters when she was young.
Welcome to the radio.
Oh, it can't be. Can't be Cindy that you
was. It wasn't me.
Of course not, Cindy. He got 5. I can't tell how many more sisters he got. Cindy, thank you so very much for calling, man. Thank you, Cindy. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be you and Tanya. I just knew. All right.
You're waiting to chime in.
Next caller, 850-671-1450, and not one of the siblings. 850-671-1450. Here we go.
It's easy.
It's real easy. Y'all know I talk about my family all the time. It's on it's on everything I do. Facebook, YouTube, every time I speak. Caller, you're on the air. How many?
Hold on.
They don't know.
Huh?
6.
Okay, you won. Wait a minute. Who is this?
This is Reverend Val.
Oh, all right, Reverend Val. You sounded like one of my other sisters. I'm gonna you can't disguise your voice. We were brought up together. All right. So guess what I'm gonna do for you, Reverend Val? We're from the Real Talk with Judy, celebrating 6 years on the radio.
Excuse me. I hate to cut you off. Let's count these siblings, because I'm a little confused here.
Okay, you got Chico,
Right. Yeah.
Robin. Well,
Yeah.
really, we could say 7. You got Chico, Robin,
Really,
Judy.
we can say 7. He is, but it's not.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
can.
I'm saying.
No, because you got Judy, you got Cindy, you got Tanya, Carolyn, and we can say Michelle. That would be 7.
That's gonna be 7 though.
But 6. But we'll give her 6.
Okay. But we want to be right. You go ahead and let them be the winner.
Okay, I'm gonna let her do. Yeah, it's 7. But I always.
The answer.
Yeah, 7 is the correct. 7 is the answer, but you always hear me. But Michelle, the reason why I'm gonna give you that because I always talk about the 6, but we got a 7th one, and she was gonna hit me in the head anyway. She probably cussing me out right now, but she can't cuss on the radio.
Listening to Chico and Joe.
You used to listen to him.
Oh, WNM, yes.
Ooh.
All right. Those were some good fun days back in there.
Yes, it does.
And so it is 7. The correct answer is 7. My bad.
Correct.
That is the correct answer. Chico has 6 sisters.
Right.
And he's the only boy.
He's on the board. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted me to count him.
Oh, yeah, that's
I apologize.
no problem. It is 7. And everybody know that now. 6 girls and 1 boy.
Right.
1 boy. So, all right. So we get ready. We get ready. So Chico, what I want you to do is give them some closing remarks, y'all. And so that's $50 for Reverend Val and $50 for Moria. So we want to thank both of you all so very much. You all will be getting y'all $50. As soon as I see y'all got to catch me. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got $50 ready for you. Chico, give them some closing remarks. What you would like to say to them?
Congratulations to you once again for your 6 years. And I'm looking forward to many, many more years of you being on radio and watching you grow. I would also say to the audience that no matter where you go or what you do, you must always remember to pray, because prayer can change things. It can certainly change you. Stop by and check on a senior citizen. Do it every day, because someday, with the grace of God, there goes you. Y'all stay up and be blessed.
Man, that's my brother. I love you, man. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Well, y'all, I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in and being a part of the Real Talk with Judy show. I am getting ready for my second guest. My second guest is a young lady that I greatly admire. I watched her grow up. She grown now, but she ain't always been grown. But she's grown now, and she's coming on with me now. And she's gonna be in the studio with me. I am honored to have as my second guest. We're gonna get this straight right here. There she is, y'all. And I'm not responsible for how this show would go, because y'all already know she's crazy.
Oh my! What an introduction!
Isn't that good? She's crazy. But y'all, I greatly admire this young lady. She is a friend of mine, a sister, and we just made good things happen. And I want to welcome in the studio. She just finished her show, but I want to welcome in the studio the one and only, the Apostle, Jacqueline Lawson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I have to say good afternoon to Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley.
Yeah.
I know she's listening. Mr. Chico, all the sisters and everybody, the brothers, anybody. Good afternoon.
I had a lady yesterday to give me my introduction. She said, I know it. She said, I've been listening so hard. I know your mama is the reason you are who you are. And your husband is the reason you get to do what you do. My sister Cindy said you were fabulous.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm just blessed. That's all.
Jacqueline, I am so honored to have you here. Hello, she's a adopted sister, so she said she's number 8. So if we go with all the children that my mom, who claim my mom, we will be here for a long time.
Okay.
But
all of y'all.
All y'all. All
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, and I remember, boy, Jacko, when you was on 90.5 FM,
Yes.
and y'all, I don't like quartet, right? I am not a quartet. You know, I do not like quartet.
I made you like it.
You did, and y'all would just play quartet, and I would try to call and tell her, would you play something that everybody liked? And she will come back on the radio and say, everybody like quartet, except
right.
you.
That's right.
I'm like, what?
This is Tallahassee. We country.
I remember, and she invited me to she would invite me to speak over at Tabernacle. And guess what kind of music she would have them sing?
Quartet.
Quartet. I'm like, what's up with that? But I am so happy to be here with you, to have you on my show. I know we've been talking for years because so many people want us. They think that she and I would do great in this city together, so they would want us to hook up the new stuff.
Let's do it.
And so this is the first hookup.
The first. Well, actually,
No,
let's think about the second or third.
Yeah.
I first met you when we were planning the 21 Days of Praise Conference at Tabernacle. I did not know you, but I had heard of you, and I think I was assisting you, and you were like, you keep on, you're going to be my friend. And so here we are.
You sure did. You sure did. Because I was there to speak or something,
Right.
But she was such a good assistant. She was good. And I'm like, you keep on, you're going to be my friend.
Yes.
But not only is she my friend, she's my sister, doing some absolute fantastic things here in Tallahassee. And y'all, let me tell you now, she's a good MC too. She can host a church service. And she said during homecoming, she wasn't going to act up.
How was that?
And she act up.
Oh, when it's in you, I can't help it.
So one of the things I want to add, you are churchy.
I'm very
You are very churchy. And that's probably one of the things I admire about you, because you are churchy. You love the Lord, and you love people, and you love to have fun. You know, and you can see by my family, we get together and sometimes we laugh for hours and hours. And I've seen your family, Dot D family.
Yeah.
You know, just because on Thanksgiving, I wait on Dot D family. They didn't do it. One year they didn't do it. And I texted him and asked him, why ain't nobody singing? Why ain't nobody playing the pops? What's going on? I wait on that because family, I believe, is what keep us afloat. What do you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Family is important to me. My family is very small, so I really cherish my family, the time that we have together. And if it was not for them and the Lord, I wouldn't even be able to do what I do, because sometimes it does get hard. And so you need that family support. You need that time together where you can just be you.
Yeah.
I'm not a minister. I'm not apostle. I'm not gonna say my nickname, but I'm just her. Please.
Okay, I'm gonna find out that nickname.
I'm just her.
Okay, this is the thing. Call her. If you can call in, because we're celebrating now. This is somebody. If you can call in and tell me,
I rebuke you.
Don't be rebuked.
I bind you.
Don't be bound. We're going together. We got a shield up. I got a shield up over the station, so you would not be rebuked today. Okay. Call in and give me Jackwell, the Apostle Lawson nickname. I'm gonna give you $50 because I told you I'm feeling generous.
Well, what if it's not the nickname I'm talking about?
Oh, no, you can't be playing games.
But I'm just saying.
Now you want to God, so you can't be playing that.
I won't. But it has to be the nickname my family uses. Now, they might just say what Reverend Walker calls me. You know, you can't say apostle. He say apostle. That's not my nickname. That's not my nickname. So it got to be the right one.
Well, you know, Reverend Walker is, you know, he can call you what he wants.
That's
so
right.
you Pastor.
Right.
I'm gonna start calling you Pastor.
Awesome.
All right. So y'all call in 850-671-1450 and give me the nickname that her family call her, and you get $50. I told you I'm feeling real generous today.
That'd be
$150, but y'all gonna have to give it back. Yeah, then I want y'all to become investors of the show. All right, you get that in and invest. But you just mentioned something. You said that it get hard sometimes. Let's talk about that, because people see you in the limelight. They see you smiling all the time, and you have made some great strides. You know, I watch you. How would you encourage the audience to handle those hard times?
I would say the just hang in there. That's been my thing for the last couple of months. Just hang in there. Don't give up. Keep praying. Keep believing. Somebody, it's a caller. Okay.
It's a caller.
Let me see who I need to block.
All right. What's her nickname, caller? Gotti.
No, that's what my God kids.
No, that was God children. But thank you so very
Not
much.
my family. That's my God kids.
Thank you. That sounds like a Gotti.
Yeah,
That sounded like a Gotti.
Actually, that sounds like my godparents' grandmother. That sounds like who that was. I think that's what it was, but that's wrong.
That's all right. Keep trying. Keep trying. The $50 right there. Just keep trying. All right. Keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. How would you do it?
Just keep holding on, keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting. There have been times when I have wanted to say, look, I'm just not going to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'll get that message from someone that says something you said, or, you encourage me, or your word of the day, your song of the day has blessed me. And that just, gives me the strength to say, you know what, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep moving and just do what God called me to do.
Yeah, and I know, and I can agree with you. Sometimes it get real hard, especially when you're doing the best that you know how,
right?
And then it seems like your best just ain't good enough. It make you. But God always send that word,
always, yeah, at the right time,
the right
time, absolutely.
Because one thing I can say, Pastor, that God don't want us to quit,
right?
He really doesn't. He give us dreams and visions, and he'll wake us up in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And
I'm like, can you talk to me a little, earlier or something? Not in the middle of the night, but yeah, absolutely.
I asked God that one time too. I said, God, is there any way possible you can talk to me before 2 a.m.?
I'm trying to tell you.
But God funny too. What he did? Yeah. Every night he started waking me up at 2 a.m.
Wow.
Because I guess he wanted me to know that he was the boss.
Well, see, right now I'm at 4 a.m. is my time, between 4 and 4:15. And I'm like, oh my God, it's about time for me to get up for real now, Jesus, come on. But I listen and I'm like, okay, gotta do it.
And you're doing well. You're doing well. And this field, as far as I can remember, has been primarily dominated by men. Right? Mm-hmm. And now it seems like women are coming forth, and you happen to be one of my favorite, other than Judy Mandrell.
Right, exactly.
No, but personalities here. And my brother says something that he's not just a disc jockey or a radio broadcast or whatever, but a personality. He gives smiles and happiness, and he made people. How has it been primarily for you in this dominated men field?
Well, my first show was in December of 2006. And during that time, I had learned from Shirley. We have another call. Well, y'all call when I be talking. Y'all need to wait.
No, y'all call. Hello, caller. How you doing? You got it? Gaga?
No, that's what DJ, my cousin / brother, calls me. He calls me Gaga, but that's not it. Oh, sorry.
Y'all keep searching. You got a few more minutes. Keep searching. You're gonna find it. That $50 up. I'm gonna hold on to it.
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
You're close though, but he's the only person that calls me that, and he still does. He's 21. He still calls me Gaga.
He still calls you Gaga?
Yeah. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, okay.
No, he's the only one that calls me that.
So your first show was 2006.
2006, in December, and during that time, really it was just kind of Joe Bullard, maybe Tom Joyner on the radio that I really knew about. I don't think Steve Harvey had started then, but it was more so my own kind of attraction to radio, and I was like, okay, well, I heard of Shirley Rogers. She was on WNM back in the day when I was growing up. I heard of Mary Bush Smith and Dot Brown. So I'm like, well, I never even thought of it being like a male dominated field. I was just like, okay, I want to do it. So I'm going to go for it. And it didn't matter to me.
I love it. I love it.
Didn't matter at all. But now the name situation, that was kind of, my grandmother was like, oh, that sounds like a man. I said the apostle, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like, God, that's what he gave me. And she said, well, it still sounds like a man. I said, I'm going to pray about it. But I've been questioned about that. What makes you an apostle? Why did you use that name? But an apostle is someone who's been sent. It's a messenger. And so God gave me that name the night before my first show. I was kind of tossing around some things, and then that's one of my favorite movies, The Apostle with Robert Duvall. And it happened to be on that night. And I watched it, and then I had the back then VHS, and I saw that. I was like, okay, God, I see you. So that's what we went with. And so whether it sounded like a man or not, whether it was a male-dominated field, it didn't matter, because that's what I wanted to do.
Let me ask you this, because I think that's a great point. What would you say? Because I believe that if we're going to make our dreams come true and we're going to make things happen, we have to have a didn't matter attitude.
Absolutely.
We got to have that attitude. Talk to the people about that for a moment. Just it don't matter.
No, I'm an only child. And so my
That's
mom,
why she's spoiled.
God, he better be quiet. He better be talking about that. But the way I was raised is that my mom always taught me that whenever you walk in a room, you say to yourself, there's no one in here better than me. Yeah. And I, to this day, I still, they're not better than me. I don't care who they are, how much money they have. There is no one better than me. Now, my grandmother would always say, it's a poor frog that don't praise his own palm. So I am my biggest fan, and I have to be. Nobody's going to push me more than I push myself. Yeah. And so that's just the way it is. It's like, I'm all for me. It's not a competition to me. I feel like if you're competing, then you get in a hurry. If you're competing, then you're worrying about what other people are doing. It's not a competition. I'm in my own lane. No one can beat me in my lane.
And it's only fit for you.
That's right.
I love it, y'all. Right. And I would like to say to the radio audience, that's real talk. You have to be your biggest fan, because sometimes the fans stop clapping.
That's it.
And sometimes the fans stop showing up. They may come back, but they might not keep it going, but they may come back.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure that you believe in you and that you make. All right, caller, you're on the air.
Quail.
That's it.
What is it?
Quail.
Quail.
That's it.
and
now who is that?
Who is this? April Bellamy.
Oh, okay. She probably asked somebody. She probably asked somebody.
Well, April, we didn't say how you find out, did we? We just said, so her nickname is Quail.
That's it.
Well, April, we're going to have to get your address and stuff. Doc D will get with you so we can give you $50. You got And thank you so very much for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I greatly appreciate you being on.
Thank you for having me for a brief moment.
So I feel in my spirit that somebody waiting on that next $50. But I didn't say there was going to be a next $50. But we're so glad to have you all tuned in and have you all listening. I want to thank you all so very much. But yeah, because that what you just said, that we got to have when we walk in the room. I want you all to understand this. When we walk in the room, and I'm in Quill.
No, you did.
Quill, Apostle Quill.
Don't y'all try that.
Okay, y'all know she'll come back, right? She will come back, right? But it is important, and I want parents to hear this. If you have children or gods or whatever, you make sure you validate them while they're young. So when they get older and they start doing things, they would know that they don't have to bow down to anybody.
That's right.
That they're just as powerful, just as good as anybody else, and walk in that room and own it.
That's right. My mom always told me I love you. She always told me that you're pretty. So when a man told me that, I didn't feel like I had to give up anything. Hello, somebody, because I heard it at home. It wasn't the first time I had heard it. I knew it. Whether you think so or not, I knew it. And it's not being arrogant. It's not being conceited. It's Godfidence.
Yeah.
My confidence in God that I know who I am and whose I am. And you have to, Dr. Judy, because something that I deal with a lot. You really don't play music, so you don't have to deal with this. But people take it personal. We have so many local artists here. They take it personal when they don't hear their music. If I don't play your music, that doesn't mean I have a problem with you. That doesn't mean I don't like your music. That just means it doesn't fit my format. Oh, that's all it is. But it's not personal. I have so many people even right now don't even speak to me, child, because they get upset about their music. And so it was so, it resonated with me when you said about people stop liking, people stop commenting because they take it personal, and it's not. It's not. So please hear me. It is not personal. Your music is good enough. You are good enough. It has nothing to do with you. All right. So
it just don't fit. That's
it.
Put that in the chat, y'all. I think that's a good place. It doesn't fit. You can not be a part of somebody.
That's right.
And they can be one of the best people in the world. Mm-hmm. They just don't fit your format. They don't fit you.
Or it's not time. It's not time.
Or it's not time.
You and I have been friends for how long?
Oh gosh.
And you've been on the air for how long? And this is my first time on your show. It wasn't time.
Wow.
I didn't fit your format. But it's time. It's the appointed time today for you and I to have this conversation. It's not personal. It's not time.
It wasn't time.
I
feel that y'all know we'll go with that. I ain't got much time. Listen, I ain't got much time for you to chat. I don't have much time, but I am gonna bring you back for an hour because y'all, that's one of the reasons why we would see each other and talk and have these conversations. Yeah. Now she brought me on her format, on her place.
Always.
Often,
but it's not personal.
But it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thank you because that was good. And you got to know just because it's not your time in somebody's life, don't mean that it's not your time in somebody else's life.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, and you may not fit Judy or Quail.
Please bring all your tithes and offering into the storehouse. Thank you so much. My cash shall be no.
she would give it up. Oh no, what is it? What up? Say what now? Say what now? Oh man, that is so funny. This girl is hilarious. I'm telling you, she's hilarious. And I'm sure you have a lot of you got a lot of fans and you got a lot of work, but I love your presence on the stage. I love how you handle the stage. Let's talk about that. Now I'm gonna have to go. That me just lifting head. But go ahead. Tell me about your presence on the stage. I mean, because you don't mind taking off your shoes.
Well, I have to now. I broke my ankle last year, so I can't wear my heels just yet. I'm not backing them yet. It's coming. But normally, to be honest, I am extremely nervous before I hit the stage, but you would never know it because it's like, okay, God, it's me and you. Uh-huh. It's time to show up. You do the talking. I'm just the vessel. And I go with the flow. If it's time to laugh, we're going to laugh. If it's time to shout, we're going to shout. I can turn it on and off. I'm ready just to go with the flow. And I want people to have an experience, not be entertained, but to have an experience, not with me, but with God through me. Yeah. And I want people to leave with something, not saying, oh, the apostle did this. No, I want you to leave and say, you know what? God showed up in the place. God moved in the place. She was funny. God used her to uplift my spirit, And so that's what I'm looking for every time I'm on the stage.
And you do the same thing on the radio.
Yes.
Yeah, because I believe that's what we have to give to people. We have to give them an experience, which means that we have to have a type of, tell me how you handle your personal life. Because you mean something. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, I want them to know Quail. Like y'all don't call her Quail out in public. I don't know what she'll do.
Don't do it. No, I wouldn't do it. I would just laugh probably. Right. But most recently, I would say when I lost my grandmother, October of last year, she went through a brief bout of sickness for about a month before that. And Dr. Judy, sometimes I would cry all the way to the station. But when I got there, I knew it was time for me to be the apostle.
Okay.
So the people, they care, but they don't care. They don't want to hear that. Okay, they want to be uplifted. They need me too. They need that word of the day. They need that song of the day. They need that segment. And so I had to put my feelings aside and I had to turn it on and say, okay, God, I can't sound like I've been crying. I can't be sad. I still have to be me. I have to be that personality. And so that's why it goes back to the apostle, one who has been sent, a messenger. I'm just a messenger. And every day it's a ministry and it's a part of me. It's something that I would do for free. And that's how I know I've been called to do it. Yeah.
So what do you do? And I'm gonna end just one more question. What do you like to do? What's some when apostles stop, well, you're gonna always be the apostle.
Right.
But when apostles just get to wind down some, what do you like to do?
Shop.
I can tell.
Shop, laugh, and spend time with my family and TV. I love it. I need that downtime.
Oh yeah. So Apostle, we're gonna have to close, God. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring you back for an hour. We'll come back another day for an hour. We'll do something on the run where neither one of us are rushing. We're just gonna sit and have fun, and they can Facebook us and YouTube. I want to thank you so very much for taking time. I know it was busy. I know you have a lot to do, but I just want you to know that you're one that I admire. I admire the way you carry yourself, the way you live. I just admire what you do for the people. Greatly appreciate it. And you got people on here going at me saying Tallahassee love quartet.
That's right.
They do. They going at me.
Well, hey, leave Dr. Judy alone.
Thank you.
But Dr. Judy, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. I celebrate you on your 6-year anniversary. What an awesome accomplishment to be able to do this for 6 years. And I know you started out 30 minutes and now you're at an hour. So many supporters, sponsors. I mean, you're worldwide. As the commercial says, it's worldwide, y'all. Yeah, so I celebrate you. Looking forward to what God has in store for you. I hope to be a part of it in some capacity. Yes. But listen, keep doing you. Keep going forward. I support Dr. Judy. She's on the same time as me on Tuesdays, but it does not matter. She's my friend. She's my sister. It's no competition. It's all love. And thank you. Thank you so very much. Well, y'all, there you had it. I had two, my brother, Chico the Virgo, and the apostle here with me. And I want to say thank you to both of you all. And right before I go, and to all of you who have been listening, all of you who are partnered with me, thank you. But I must, before I close this show, I hope you give me 2 minutes. I must say thank you to Darius Baker. Dot D, I thank you so very much. When he did Pastor Roundtable, he and Pastor Lamar, that's when he brought me in. They brought me on. And when I went to Dot D about this, we talked about it, and he saw it. And he helped me. And he has been helping me for 6 years. He allowed me to sit down in his office. And he allowed me to talk. But he's a supporter. He is a promoter of so many people. And I want to thank you, Dr. D, for all that you give to me to help me be a better personality on the radio. I do. I don't take it lightly. And I know I tell you this often because I appreciate you. And you have helped so many people. Including me. And listen, if it had not been for him, I would not be back on the radio. Wow. God used him to bring me out of retirement, as I always tell him, and I will forever be grateful to him and to God for using him as a vessel for that. Wow. And I know we went over a little bit, and that would an extra $50 go to. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. Y'all in this. Yeah, absolutely. But I have, and if y'all notice, and I just want to say that he has TNL, he has his radio station. And he take care of his wife and his children. But he make it happen for so many people. And I think that's a lesson to us. Yeah. That's a lesson to us. Help people where we can. You know, and he helps us. Yeah. And so now, thank you. As I go into this 7th year, I want to say thank you. And y'all see I follow him. He don't be inviting me. I just show up, right? Show up. He didn't invite me to come over. I just came. I desire to, but I'll be tired. You know, but I want to thank you. And I must end by saying I give God all the glory and the honor for what he's doing. And to my wonderful husband, my sister, Priscilla, thank you
for 6 years of serving. And I just love y'all. And we know that next year is going to be higher, and it is going to be the year of the woman. With Real Talk with Judy, the year of the woman.
All right.
We got 2 shows we got to finish before next year, and that's divorce and are we friends or foe?
Come on now.
We're gonna do that one. I'm gonna do that one. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy show. This has been 6 years of celebration. Thank you, and that's Real Talk.
Real Talk with Judy. Real Talk with Judy on the radio. Real Talk with Judy. Real Talk with